pink button. Why y'all can't hit the L for me? What's up with that? You know you're on here. You're coming. Well, honey, let me tell y'all something. Miss Deborah be trying to lose weight. Well, she just be really trying to be on YouTube looking cute. I cannot even exercise today because I'm like this right here with the weights going. Oh, girl, you look good. Because I work out in my real clothes. I don't even have time to put on no shorts or nothing. Because when my knees was hurting, y'all know Miss Deborah was still exercising in her dresses. And also, I'm trying to work on my weight. So I spent enough time as it is looking vain, but I'm not getting to the heart of the issue. And although I've been exercising for 21 months consistently for 4 to 12 hours a week, then I realized, Deborah, you don't need to do all that. Just do a little bit. And I've been struggling with my food. I've been struggling with my eating. I've been struggling with, I don't really struggle with water because that's easy, especially when I can put some flavor in it. But I ran across a young lady who has lost over 700 pounds and wrote this book, and she has support groups. It's called Living Large. And before we bring on Michelle, I just want to share something I got from the one thing I got when reading this chapter. Food story number 22 is she talks about being ready and committed for permanent. Now we all have been working on our weight. Someone mentioned the other day, I've been big all my life. And I'm saying I've been struggling with my weight all my life. It doesn't mean that we cannot lose this weight. Are you ready for a permanent change? And we're talking about the difference between the I forgot that word and hunger, cravings and hunger.
Cravings,
I think that's going
cravings.
to help us, y'all. So let's welcome Michelle Pattis, author of Living Large, so that we can get together and get to the heart of some of these issues. We're going to have a writing class this Saturday. We're going to get to write our way to weight loss. And I want everybody on this call and everybody who watched the replay to go to the description and sign up for writing your way to weight loss. Y'all know y'all was in school, didn't like to write, didn't like to read. But guess what? You're gonna be able to write. I don't care if you write in Ebonics. I don't care if you write in Spanish, Splanish, Patois, Pigeon Toe, slang, Black English, Splinglish, whatever you write, you're gonna write your way to weight loss. Okay? Come on, Michelle, talk to us about these cravings and hunger, because girl, I don't know what's going on.
Girl. So in that class on Saturday, we are going to take a deep dive in that. It is right your way to your right weight.
Mm-hmm.
And first, before I talk about the cravings and hunger, I want to talk about what you just said about how you've been exercising and you've been doing it for 20, you said 21 months?
Yeah.
21 months, and you just decided, okay, I got to get the food thing right. And here's something we hear all the time, Deborah Ann, is that you can't exercise your way out of a bad diet, right? We hear
Mm-mm.
that. And we also hear that it's 80% what you eat and 20% how you work out. We've
Yeah.
all heard that. I heard it myself for
Yes.
for years. But here's the truth. It is 100% what you think. And
Woo!
before you can get to the 80/20, you got to deal with 100% of what you think. And the way you deal with 100% of what you think is by the writing. It is by the writing.
Mm-hmm.
That is learned. Think
Yeah.
about when you were in school and learning to write your name, right? And you were writing the A's and you were writing the ABCs, or you were writing the D and the E and the B, and it looked all crooked and it looked kind of shaky, right? And it didn't look like nothing like the numbers that were up on the board. But you went to your penmanship class, and that's what I went to. You went to your penmanship class, and every day you practice writing your name. Every day you practice it. And it got to the point where at first it was really hard doing it. And then the more you practice it, the smoother the lines got, right? The straighter your name got. And it got to the point where you start writing it, in the regular alphabet, and you start writing it in cursive. And then after you start writing it in cursive and you got real good writing it in cursive, you start making the eyes and putting little hearts on them and making the T's little curly Q's. Because what was so hard at the beginning of the school year, by the end of the school year, was fun. You were writing your name 5 different kinds of ways because you had learned. You had learned, and that's what this is about. When we learn how to master food, when we learn how to master eating, when we learn how to master hunger, we're going to get to the place where we enjoy it and what it does for our body, for the health that it gives our body. Because I will tell you something, when I was craving, and anybody that's watching, if you're listening, tell me this: when you go into that craving spot, it's not always because of joy. It's not always because of happiness. It's because of something that is driving you. And the way I'm going to tell you right now how you can tell the difference between hunger and a craving, and I'm going to tell you how you can fix it. How about that? I'm going to tell you how to identify it, and I'm going to tell you how I'm going to fix it. All right. You have heard me talk about this many times, and I have written it in the book. I grew up with my grandparents. I grew up with a grandmother that cooked for me. And I remember one day saying to my grandmother, she had made something, and I was like, "Oh, Mother Pettis, this is so good. Dinner, my lunch was good. Dinner was good." And my grandmother looked at me and she said, "You must have been really hungry because anything will taste good when you are hungry.
Mm.
Anything tastes good when you're hungry." And
Yeah.
so I want to speak to that. If it is really hunger, then what you say is, "I'm hungry. I need something to eat." You don't specify it. And it comes up slowly. You feel yourself. It comes on. You feel yourself getting hungrier and hungrier because it is a physical need, right? So, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm sweating. I don't even know why I'm having a personal summer. I'm not even in menopause. But anyway, so hunger comes on with, "Oh, I'm hungry. I need to get something to eat." It's just like this vague general thing that will satisfy this feeling of hunger. So you eat something and you get full and you're no longer hungry. But if you're at a point and let's say you're following a plan, you're following a diet, right? And there's some prescribed things that you're supposed to eat, and you say to yourself, "Ooh, I think I want some ice cream," or "I think I want a chocolate, I want a Snickers," or "I think I want some pasta," or whatever it is you think you want, and you identify the thing. "Oh God, why is my necklace falling off? I spent too much money on this necklace for it to be falling off. It needs to stay where it's supposed to be." Um, and and you identify a specific thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? That you identify it has sugar in it, if it has fat in it, if it has flour in it, if it has salt in it, if it's a fun food, and you say, "Oh, I think I want some pizza," right? "I think I want some French fries. I think I want some fried chicken," right? If that comes up specific like that, then that's a craving. And when you want to crave it, when you crave something, here's how you fix it: eat something healthy. So you can say, "Oh, I think because some people will tell you, if you're craving a brownie, go ahead and have the brownie. Just have a little bit, right? Just have a little bite to satisfy the taste." That doesn't work for people like us. That doesn't work for food addicts because we're not going to have a little bite of a brownie. We're going to eat that. We're going to eat that little bite. We're going to eat the rest of the brownie. Then we're going to eat the rest of the pan, and we might bake another pan,
Okay.
right? Because right, you know I'm right. You know what I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about.
Yes, you
And
do.
and that's because it's addictive. Because the sugar, right, the fat, the flour, all of that's addictive. But the other thing is that when that comes up, "I want this specific thing," you need to eat something nourishing. So maybe it's broccoli, maybe it's green beans, maybe it's a salad, maybe it's a poached chicken, baked chicken, and a vegetable, and get full. Get full.
Mm-hmm.
This is the important thing. The apple, get full. And if you still have the craving, then what you know is that craving is not hunger because you just ate.
Exactly.
You logically know that you're full. You just ate something nutritious. And
Mhm.
whatever that craving is, let's say it's ice cream. I have a couple stories in the book about ice cream. Let's say it's potato chips. Let's say it's something like that. You have to sit and go back to, what does this potato chip mean? Because if you have a craving for a specific food, it means that food represents an emotional space or place that has not been healed. You have tied that food to an emotional situation. And that is the thing that you need to unpack. Why? What is driving me to want this Snickers bar, or these potato chips, or this fried chicken, or whatever it is? Because I know I'm not hungry because I just ate, right? And we know that the only purpose of eating is to satisfy hunger. I know I'm not hungry. I just ate. I just had a lovely meal. I'm full. So if I still am craving this chocolate or sweet or whatever it is, pizza, it's because that pizza has a meaning to me that I need to apply to the moment that I'm in. So you got to go back and think, okay, what just happened? Who did I just see? What did I just hear? Who did I just talk to? What's going on? When was the first time I had pizza? When was the last time I had pizza? Who was I with? And unpack. And that's what we do in the writing class. That's what we
Question:
do in write the right way. Go ahead.
what if that emotional issue cannot be resolved?
Yeah. So here's the thing: is that depending on, the first thing to do is to identify it. Right. The first thing is to identify that is an emotional issue. Right. And then after you identify it, you know that it's not hunger. Sometimes you don't resolve it, but what you do know is that you are not eating because of that. You're able to put that you're able to put that desire, that craving, in its proper place. And so even if it can't be resolved, here's what you can do to relieve the stress of it. It's like, I have identified that this is an emotional situation for me, and I'm tying these potato chips to it. You write it, because once you start writing it, once you start putting it in the air, it starts to lose power. Right? Once you start putting it down on paper, you can write down, I don't I don't see a way that I can solve this problem right now, but I am working toward clarity. I'm working on it. I'm working on this issue. I haven't figured it out right now, but there is a way for me to figure it out. Just being able to write those words and give yourself some relief of what's going on with the situation is a way to relieve the stress of the situation. To give yourself to give yourself an opportunity to see that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And when you can do that, that relieves some pressure. That that writing piece, that writing piece is so very important. So what you do is we find we find the story, we face it, we rewrite, and then we replace it. So it's those four steps. So you figure out, okay, I'm not eating this pizza or this fried chicken because I'm hungry. I know I'm not hungry because I just ate. I'm eating it because this fried chicken reminds me of a particular situation, and that particular situation calms me when I'm in situations like these. And you write that all down. And what you do is you said, all right, now that I have identified this situation, are there some other things that I can do to get the emotional healing that I need around this situation? And the emotional healing doesn't always come from the place we think it's going to come from, right? The support doesn't always come from the place we think it's going to come from. It is So I'll give you one example, and you have likely read about it in the book if you're far along enough. I am a survivor of childhood sexual abuse, right? That is something that I battled with for a very long time. My abuser is dead. My abuser is dead and has been dead for a very long time. I never actually physically confronted him, but I wrote him a letter, right? I wrote him a letter and told him I was going to return him into the police, and I was going to blast him out. I was going to blast him out on the internet. I did all sorts of things. But it took me a while to get past that. But once you start addressing it and getting it out of you, even though even though even though it doesn't seem like you're dealing with it directly, you can deal with it by putting it on paper. It is so powerful to get the words out of you and onto paper. It is to write. It is not my fault that happened to me. There's nothing for me to be ashamed of. He was a pedophile. I was an innocent child. I was innocent, right? You
Mm-mm.
are innocent. You are innocent. None of this is your fault. And once we start writing that down, right, and releasing it, then we can start to get some peace. Then we can start rewriting a happy ending. We can start rewriting happy endings. I was just, it's funny. It's not even funny we're talking about this, but I was thinking about this the other day. Well, coming here to this event, and I was actually thinking about what happened to me as a result of that abuse. One of the skills that I developed as a result of that abuse was imagination. It doesn't seem like it, but I had to in order to survive it, I had to imagine that I wasn't there. I had to live outside of my body. I had to imagine what it was going to be like when it was going to be over. I had to live there. And so this what we do in this writing class on the weekend is about tapping into our imagination to imagine a place other than where we are right now. To imagine the joy that we're going to feel once we get mastery over our emotions and food. And when you can imagine it, then you can believe it. Then it becomes real. Then you can do it. It is not the discipline. It is the imagination. It is imagination that drives us. When you can imagine how happy you're going to be, when you can imagine how confident you can be, when you can imagine the power that you will feel when you walk into a grocery store and can walk down the cookie aisle and not even see them, right? To imagine that confidence, to imagine the freedom that comes when you are no longer enslaved to food. This is all about tapping into imagination, and when you put it on paper, Deborah Ann, once we write it down, we make it real, right? I mean, we're all working, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
somebody says, if I say to you, I got $25 for a year, I got $250 for a year. Here, it's not real until you see the numbers in your bank account.
Okay.
Writing makes it real, and we can
Okay.
keep going back to those words and reprogramming our mind, and that's how you manage the cravings. That's how you manage. It's the first identify that it's not hunger. Identify that the desire for a certain specific food. Oh, I think I have a taste for, right? I think I have a taste for some whatever, right? Because what we know from the conversations that we have is that this toxic food culture wants us to make decisions about what we're going to eat based on appearance, based on smell, based on pleasure. That's what they want us to do. We have to start changing our minds, changing our beliefs so that we're making our decisions about food based on nutrition, based on nourishment, right? Is
Mm-hmm.
this food safe? What's in it? What's actually in it? Is it nutritious? We need to know. Is it going to make my hair grow? Is it going to make my eyesight better? Is it going to make my bones stronger? Is it going to make my skin softer? Is it going to make my digestion easier? Is it going to make my brain function better? Is it going to make my thinking more clear? Is this food going to do that? Is it going to help me sleep better? Is it going to regenerate my cells? Is it going to do all that? That's what I need to be eating. Is it going to help my kidney function? Is it going to help my liver function? Is it going to help my blood? Is it going is this, will this food do that? Because if it's not going to do that, I don't care if I'm craving it or not. I'm not going to put it in my body because this thing that I'm likely craving is not going to give me what I really need. And what we really need is nourishment. And if we have a craving, that means that we need to that craving represents an emotional space. And the only way emotional places get healed is through our connection to other people and our connection to ourselves. That's how you because a craving will come on pretty suddenly because something has happened to trigger it. And we have to be sensitive to it. And because we are sensitive people, we might be craving stuff all the time because we're sensitive to stuff that happens in the environment, right? And so we have to be aware. Oh, you know what? Is I'm not hungry. I just heard something. I just saw something, right? I just saw something happen to somebody. I just heard about an accident. I just, all the trials of the day are starting to build up. That's what happens to me at night because I'm all the stuff that I have been processing all day long is finally starting to build up in my mind and my body, and it's late at night, and I haven't dealt with it all day long, right?
Hmm.
So we can write down the things that happen throughout the day that take us to a place because there's some things that we're not going to have control over. There's some things we are going to have control over. Most things we aren't going to have control over, and we just have to release that. We have to know that it's okay that we don't have control over it, but recognize it. Recognize, you know what? I'm feeling a little sad because this happened. I'm feeling a little sensitive because this happened, right? I'm feeling whatever I'm feeling because I heard about this, right? Or I'm reminded of this. But when we write it down, it loses its power over us. It loses its power. Make sense?
Hmm. That's deep.
So that's what we do. That's what we do on Saturdays. That's what we're going to do this Saturday from 11 to 12:30 in Right Your Way to Your Right Way. And here's the thing: as you start to do this, here's what's so powerful about it. As you start to develop this muscle, you can just pull on it and do it and do it in every situation. You do it all the time, right? And you get stronger and stronger and stronger that it becomes natural for you. Just like how it used to be natural to give into the cravings, how it just used to be natural to eat because the food was there. Now you're replacing it with a new behavior because you changed your belief system. If over time it becomes natural for you to process like this. It becomes natural to think, oh, is this a craving or am I hungry? All right, let me check. Because we have to be okay with being hungry. We have to be okay with having a craving and just like letting it sit on us. We don't have to respond to every little single thing that happens in our stomach right away. It's okay to wait. Oh, I have to eat something. I better get something to eat. We know what are no, you don't. You can wait and see if it goes away. Give it time to go away. We don't have to. We don't. And sometimes it'll go. Sometimes it'll go away. It will. It will. You can think it away. You can write it away. You can start doing something else, and then come back and say, well, let me drink some water. Maybe I'm not really hungry. Maybe what I am is thirsty, right?
Yes.
Let me take a nap.
Yes,
Let me take a nap, and if go ahead.
when I used to wait until I got hungry to eat, it really is based on how big you are. Like a little petite person might get hungry in 2 hours. A medium sized person might get hungry in 4 hours. And I'm a bigger person. And after one full day and a half, like, okay, if I start on Sunday at noon, I'm going to wait till I get hungry to eat again. On Monday, nothing. By Tuesday at noon, because I haven't felt any sensation in my body, I go ahead and eat because that's a whole day and a half a day. So I eat, and then I'll eat again 4 hours later, and then the next day I will start to feel a pain. I felt it right here. And I called the doctor. I said, I think I'm sick. Something's wrong with me. And I ate a carrot. And when I ate that carrot, that feeling that was right there, that it was like acid in my stomach, it went away. And I said, oh, that must be what hunger feels like. So then I
Yeah.
waited until I got the feeling again. And because I had waited the initial week and a half, that feeling right there, it comes about every day, twice a day. Then if I keep on that, it'll come. It'll come. You just wait for it. You're not gonna starve. You're not gonna miss out on eating, but you just have to wait for it.
Yeah. You just we have to be okay with waiting for it. We have to be okay because here's the thing, we have, if you're like me, right, we spend so many years and so much time eating when we're not hungry, we don't even know what real hunger feels like.
Exactly. Never.
And so
And the thing is, as sub, you're from Texas. Your people had a farm. Ain't nobody about to let you be hungry. My parents are from Mississippi picking cotton, gal. Who gonna let that child be hungry? You gonna make a pot of beans, some grits, and we gonna homemade cornbread and biscuits and all that, and then dinner, and you gonna cook all that dinner all weekend long for Sunday. Ain't nobody in this house gonna be hungry. Matter of fact, you gonna feed the kids down the street around the corner too. So we come from that culture. Go to college. We had 12 cafeterias on my college campus. Hungry where? So we don't know what hungry is. We might not have eaten
right,
what we wanted to eat, and that's when they made ramen noodles. The worst thing ever. Even when they eat ramen noodles in Asian countries, they load it with vegetables. When we eat it here, we just
yeah,
put that packet on it, which is full of salt, which makes us gain weight, and it doesn't kill hunger. When they make them, they load it with tons of wonderful vegetables. It gives them nourishment.
that's the thing that is that's the thing that is key, is to be able to identify whether it's a craving or whether it's hunger, right? And then be okay with being hungry. Because and here's the other thing, is that this whole notion of, oh, I didn't eat all day, so now this meal is going to be super big. I'm going to make up for it, right? So that, right? How about
Mm-hmm.
that? I'm gonna eat everything. I'm entitled to it because I didn't eat all day. We
Oh my
really have to
goodness.
just get to the place where we listen to our bodies, right? We listen
Mm-hmm.
to our bodies, and then and we can take, Deborah, and we can take things along with us. Like for the past 2 weeks, I've been traveling. I've been in Texas. I've been in Curacao. Let me tell you something. I packed my, even though I was on vacation, I packed my stuff with me. I took some apples with me. I had apples in my purse. I have protein
Mm-hmm.
shakes. I packed my protein shakes. I don't care if the hotel was providing breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
right? And some hotels provided a very nice breakfast. But I knew that I was going to be out and about, and to be able to have something that when you start to feel a little hungry and you don't want to get over hungry, right? Because you haven't figured out how to calibrate that. You can carry something with you, and if you make it, if it's the carrots, if it's the sliced cucumbers, if it's whatever it is, bag or your bag or what have you, you know what it is. When you get out in these food streets, right? You don't know what's in this stuff,
Exactly.
right? You don't know. You don't. It's gonna be more expensive. That is definitely gonna be more expensive in the airport. Your choices are gonna be less, and you're gonna find yourself feeling like, oh, I have to eat something, and there's not gonna be anything that's gonna really serve your body with what we talked about earlier, that is gonna be nutritious and nourishing, and you're just gonna eat to be eating, and it'll be something that'll be salty, it'll be something that's sugary, it'll be something that'll be fatty, and then the addiction's gonna kick in, and then you're gonna eat a bag, and then you're gonna want another bag, and then, and it'll be the same cycle all
Yes.
over again. When it can be avoided if we just put our own safe food in our purse or our pocket.
Yes. Porch lady just said something. She says, when I sit down to watch TV, I feel the need to eat.
Ah, yes, 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 yes. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, porch lady. So here, I want you to understand that you feel that need to eat because TV is programming you to feel that way. It's you're not doing that by yourself. The television, and I was in advertising for 40 years. They put stuff on television to make us want to eat. It's not they have programmed your brain. You have to take it back. You have to, as
Yes.
you're sitting there watching, you just have to understand that the TV is programming you, that the advertisers are programming you because they want your money. They don't care anything about your health. And just understanding that from the jump is going to start to help you get your power back. That's the first thing. The second thing is that sitting down and eating in front of the television. Understand it's a habit, right? So
Yeah.
television has been programming you to do that for 40 years, and if you recognize that it is a habit, it's not necessarily something that it's that you want to do. It's just that you've done it so long you don't know how to do it any differently.
Yes.
I am not going to say right now, don't eat when you watch TV. What I am going to say is, what you can do is you can change what you eat, right?
Yes.
So if you and so you change it, and so instead of eating cookies, eat carrots, right? But also understand when that's happening, recognize if it's really hunger. So don't eat just to be eating. So if you're gonna some I know some places say don't eat and watch television. Well, if you're hungry and you're watching television, then eat, right?
Hmm.
But recognize it for what it is. But if you're still, don't think that you can just gonna wake up one day and do it, right? That it's automatically gonna change. It's a process. So if you're in the habit of eating in front of the television, the one thing that you can do to help yourself is eat. If you're gonna eat something that's good for you. Eat an apple, eat a sliced apple, eat some celery, eat some vegetables, eat something healthy if you're gonna eat. Don't have not the chips, not the popcorn, not the snacks, not any of that, because that's not gonna serve your body. Just understand that. But the other thing is the one of the reasons you feel like you want to eat is because this society has programmed us that food is entertainment. So the watching television and going to the movies, and the food is all tied up with the entertainment process. Once we get real clear that food is just nourishment, uh, nutrition, and energy, and start thinking about that, you know, th- just think about it. Ask yourself, is there a way that I can enjoy this show, that I can enjoy television with not eating? Can I do it one night? Can I do it on Monday nights? Can I just save it, and then if I'm going to eat while I watch TV, can I do it on the weekend? But Monday through Thursday, I don't do it because I recognize that I'm being programmed. And then you start writing affirmations. You start writing affirmations, and we can do this in the group on Saturday. When I watch
Excellent.
television, I watch it for the sake of the show, right? I watch so that I can concentrate on the show, so I can give it my full attention.
Okay, I want
Yes,
to
ma'am,
ask
Deborah.
everybody to put in the comments hashtag crave or hashtag craving, hashtag hunger, hashtag food is nourishment. And everybody who's on this call who wants to change the way their body looks. Maybe you could be underweight. Those of you who are underweight and need to eat nutritiously to get to a healthy weight. Those of you who are overweight who need to lose 5 to 500 pounds. I want you to join us this Saturday. It's actually one Saturday a month, 10 a.m. Central Standard, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. Give yourself 90 minutes. It's normally a $35 to $50 class, and Michelle has graciously allowed us to pay $25 to just take time. We say whenever we're in her Monday class, she says, "Thank you for showing up for you. So this is actually you saying, hey, I'm going to give myself 90 minutes. I'm going to invest. I should be investing $50, but I'm going to invest $25. You know, you can go through a drive through and spend $25 on a Happy Meal. Give yourself $25, give yourself 90 minutes and write your way to the right weight. Can you all
Yeah.
do that? If you look in the description, you'll see the link for you to sign up, and then you'll actually see all the dates. So you can go ahead and put those dates on your calendar for the next 6 months. If we give ourselves 1 day a month, let me tell y'all, I got to the point because I'm big and I use a wheelchair and I use a walker and I use a cane and I use a home health care worker and get an attitude. If she don't come in here and give me my clothes, I'm gonna put them right there so I can reach it. So what I decided was I'm having so many problems with this eating. I'm just gonna exercise because it's gonna help me to feel better in my body. And now once I started to feel better in my body, I lost 33 pounds last summer. Then I gained like 17 or 18 pounds because I'm so stressed for 4 months. And I was kept telling y'all this. I'm stressed. I'm eating popcorn. And then my good friend Sheila introduced me to this class, and I was tussling with it. Last week I ate about 3 candy bars, 4 candy bars, because I'm still tussling with it. But I haven't had any sugar since Saturday. So I was like, and today when the happy cart came by, the happy cart means they play the music and sell the candy. I just sat still because Michelle always says sit in it. So I sat in it, which is I sat in my place. We had lunch and we had spaghetti and vegetables and the bread. And I didn't eat the bread because I was going to weigh in, but I ate it after I weighed in. You know how we do those tricks. But I sat in it and I allowed the happy cart to go by. So what I'm saying to you is whatever habit you have, you're gonna have while you're working on yourself. And it's starting from here and it starts here, and it's gonna change what we do here. And there's no reason for you to beat yourself up, slash your wrist. Please don't slash your wrist, honey. First of all, you ain't gonna be able to wear no bracelet, you slashing your wrist. But second of all, the world is not gonna come to an end because you're craving today, because you have
Right.
a made up mind, and what's going to change what we eat is what's in our mind. Demetra,
Yes.
hello. I wrote down everybody's name. Marilyn, Porch Lady, Capital K Productions, and Lisa and Dimitri. Thank y'all for being with us. If you feel this message is compelling, could you please hit the share button, hit the like button, tell a friend, tell another friend, copy it onto your Facebook page, onto your Instagram, print it and give it to print the description. Y'all got some printers and take it to work and pass it out. When I used to work at the career center, about 10 ladies started going to the exercise classes I started going to next door. Whenever I would be on the exercise program, it would inspire 2 or 3 ladies to go on the exercise program. You know, those of us, we, especially down here in the South, I don't know about DC, y'all fine up there in DC, but baby, in the South, a lot of us are just fluffy. And we want to be smaller. We want to move better. We don't want to. Y'all be saying y'all thick, and that's fine. I'm like, okay, I know I'm pleasing and plump to the eye, but don't look because that costs $25. But I want to be smaller in my body. And I
Yes.
know also that most of us have had some type of trauma dealing with somebody touching us, sleeping with us, even when we were in college. And, we didn't know how to defend ourselves against date rape. Even in life, when men think they desire, or women, people who treat people bad can do it in same sex or different sex relationships. The point is supervisors mistreating us, interviewers. We don't know, we young, and they do that to us because we don't know. Your husband's brother kissing your neck. This girl told me she was in Kentucky. The husband was kissing his brother's wife on the neck. Real, see this craziness. What are we doing with that? We eating it up because we don't know what to do with it. So I want you to give yourself 90 minutes, because we can come on here every week and we will continue to do it. But I'm coming on here because I want to move you to action. And I'm
Yeah.
telling y'all, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all, if y'all feel the need to cry, honey, you just better cry. But I'll cry it out. But I was crying night
Hmm.
before last because they made me come here before I got my lunch, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna eat because I'm so used to eating that I've gotten
Hmm.
better. And turned out I had a salad and got the shredded chicken. And then didn't even eat half the chicken and didn't even eat but half the salad because I was trying to eat for my body. See, and I'm
Yeah.
all cried out over you.
Yeah.
I know that's true. I'll cry it out too. This is a different approach. We ain't going
Yeah.
to church. We ain't going to the altar. We are going to our pen. You know what they said? The pen is mightier
Mhm.
than the sword.
Yes.
And
Yes.
as Michelle said, sit in it. Because most of the time, the truth is, the person who raped me, I talked to him and told him, you ain't have no right to do that. But
Hmm.
ain't nobody gonna ever say, Deborah, I'm sorry that happened to you. People who don't know me say
Hmm.
that. There ain't nothing I can do about them. I ain't gonna get no resolution in this thing. But I'm from a southern culture. Now y'all I'll be all on Jesse Raphael talking about your family business, but in the black culture, it's not our culture to shame our family. Not our mother, good, your mother or your daddy. But y'all think it is because the TV told y'all it is.
Right.
Okay? So we're talking about some real things that Deborah Ann dealing with. I'm gonna be riding my way to weight loss.
That's
So
right. Right.
Michelle,
But
what's that
here's the thing.
website?
In
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so you can reach out to me at michellepettis.com if you didn't get this, and I will send you the link.
Hmm.
The class is right your way to your right way. And here's what we're doing, Deborah Ann, is
Okay.
that we are getting to our truth.
Okay.
We are getting to our truth because here the truth will set you free.
Yes.
The will set, and it's sometimes it's not always easy to face it, but in the end, the freedom, the joy that's in the freedom, it is unimaginable.
Yes.
And we'll be you aren't going by through it by yourself. You're going through it with a like-minded group, in a supportive, safe, and that is the thing that makes all the difference. It's supported, it's supportive, it's safe, and you're not by yourself. That's
That's
what this is
good.
all about.
That is great. And it's in the description as well. Go there, click on that link, sign up. Sign up right while we're talking. You can sign up and listen to us talk as well. I love the fact that we come on. We've gone over a little bit, so please forgive us because we need support. We want support. And go ahead and do it. Sign up while we're on the phone as soon as we get off because you have to make a decision. I've been telling you, just because I have mobility issues, don't mean I can't pull myself together. It doesn't mean we can't serve. We're gonna get our life back. Just because we have trauma from rape, abuse, neglect, your husband didn't treat you right, your boyfriend cutting up, your kids disrespect, all of that stuff, and we eating our way through it. It doesn't mean we can't live our life, and we can't start right now with our writing class. Show up with your
Yeah.
get your 3 year old's coloring book and we're gonna write some stuff down. We can do it today. And so what better decision than to do it right now? Demetri, I can't read what you said. I was a big fight, but it'll be on there. I can't it went so fast.
It's a big. I'll read it for you. It's a big fight already won. Thank you guys so much for giving us this. You are appreciated. Oh, thank you so much for Demetra. Thank you for being here
Amen.
and for showing up for yourself. I mean,
That's right.
that is the thing. Is that when you start showing up for yourself, when you start you are worthy, that you deserve this, when you start seeing your own value, when you start opening your eyes, when you start honoring yourself, right? When and what also happens is you can do it because we're going to help you do it.
Amen.
You can do it. We're gonna help you do it.
Mm,
It is just the first step.
that's wonderful. Michelle, you look so pretty today. And thank you so
Oh,
much
thank
for
you.
happy birthday.
Thank
Michelle had a
you, sweetie.
birthday. Happy
I
birthday. Thank you
did.
for showing
Yay.
us
Yeah.
what it's like to have peace after the food. Betty Wright sings, after the pain, you come and love me, and I welcome you. You're a glad sight to see. And after the rain, and all that we have been through. Still can't explain how I can still love you like I do, but I do, yes, I do. Still love you after the pain. Though you still do me like you do. So, honey, it is some rainbows after that pain. Thank you for showing us. And I've been posting her pictures, honey. That girl is fine. You hear me? She's a brick. Ows. Bum, bum, bum. She's mighty, mighty. Just letting it all hang out. And that's what every movement we have been. We was on that cotton field singing some songs, baby. But when we got free, we built some schools, we formed some businesses, and we got to the business. So we're doing that with this weight. We're gonna be singing and jamming and hanging out, honey. Honey, that's what we're gonna be doing.
That's right.
And that's what it's joy.
That's
It's
right.
not sadness. Stop jotting them tears, girl. You know you want to eat. Stop that eating. Write it out. I know I do. But I got some celery. I got some apples. And I told the truth. Y'all know we be lying. Y'all tell me how cute I am. I'm like, I'm cute. That candy bar cute too. But now all I got is a salad. And I got some nachos I got for dinner. But I got it. But I don't have the candy bar. So I'm gonna celebrate that today. Okay? So
Oh,
comment in the write in
so
the
you know what?
comments. Go ahead.
I just see before we jump off, I just see that Porch Lady has asked what materials you need for the writing course. I want to answer the question. Just bring your open mind, bring your open heart, and yeah, you are going to need some paper and a pen. But other than that, we're gonna let it flow. Open mind, open heart, right, and
Mm,
something to write with and something to write on, and
that's
we'll
beautiful.
we'll take it from there.
That's beautiful. Awesome sauce. Okay. Oh, Michelle, thank you for allowing us to go over. I know you have a busy schedule. And that's what I appreciate also. People, your mama said people ain't got to do nothing for you. Taking time out to come on here to cheer us up. So
Oh,
thank you.
thank you, Deborah. This is really coming on and having this conversation with you has become like the highlight of the week. One of my highlights of my week is to come on to talk to you, to talk to your followers, and just to really know that I can offer some hope.
Yes.
That's why I'm here. You've
Yes.
heard me say this many times before. Is that I went through what I did for 40 years so that other people don't have to. So I'm always going to be telling the truth. I'm always going to be telling my truth because I want everybody to know. Anybody who's ready, anybody who's willing to listen, anybody who's just really just to make that first step. Make that first step. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to be an emotional overeater. You don't have to be a stress eater. You don't have to be a yo-yo doubter. You don't have to be a food addict. Help, there is help. I will tell you every single thing that I went through. I will tell you every single thing that I went through and show you that there's so much peace and joy on the other side. That's
Thank
why that's
you.
why I went through it so I could share.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going through it so I can share it with you. Thank you. So enjoy the rest of your conference. Enjoy your evening. We'll see you Saturday, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. Go ahead and sign up, and I will be continuing to post. We'll repost this blog that we've done today to share, give others hope, and have everybody jump on and meet us. Beat us Saturday. So beat us to the link and sign up, and I'll meet you there. Peace and hair grease. Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.